Yo, check it. Hey y'all, I got a great video for y'all. Quick, short, sweet, and to the point, but still packed full of the information you need to know as a trader and investor tomorrow for tomorrow's trading day. We're talking about AMC, GME, SPY, Bitcoin, and much more in this video. So do not waste a second and watch the whole thing to get all the context, especially because it's a short one. But let's not waste any more time and hop in the charts, facts, data. Let's go.
All right, what is up? You are back for another video of DataZero. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. We're going to be diving into AMC, GME, SPY, Bitcoin. This is your daily outlook and prediction. It's going to be short, sweet, and to the point. I am very busy. I do apologize. I like to get the videos out there for people that work and to prepare you for the next trading day because I don't get on pre-market. But we're going to talk about what's going on with GameStop, AMC, and much more. So let's hop right in. So GameStop, I'm expecting to get a decent bounce to the upside. RSI extremely oversold on the bigger time frames. You can see here on the 15, the 30 minute, even the hourly now starting to get oversold. So we are definitely oversold and we are way outside of the Bollinger Bands on multiple different time frames. So I'm expecting it to bounce inside of the bands, moving back to the upside and getting a bit of recovery. What we need to focus on tomorrow in GameStop is breaking above this sloping support and resistance. And I think we're going to come up and retest it pre-market and then move to the downside and then pop back to the upside. Now, GameStop did beat earnings, so this was definitely market manipulation, and I'll explain why. Because stocks can beat earnings and drop down. We've seen that for stocks like Nvidia, so it can happen to any stock. But this was manipulation in my personal opinion because I already put out an article showing what the market was expecting. They were expecting GME to not do well at earnings, and GME beat. They beat analyst expectations. So here are the earnings for GME stock. Here's all the numbers. You can see that we actually got a beat here. So we are doing very, very good. In my personal opinion, we're sitting on a ton of cash. I wish we would have got a call because that would have helped out a lot if we could have got some news. But we did better than the analysts expected, and we beat market expectations. So we stood a pump to the upside. And that is what happened when the numbers first came out, but then they dumped 100,000 short shares. They had 2.1 million short shares about 3 hours ago. This is a little bit lagging because I didn't refresh it. But you can see that they're down to 1.9K or 1.9 million shares. So they have 1.9 million shares and they had a total of 2.1 million before the market closed. So you can see that market closed. This was about 5 hours ago. So that's well before market close. You can see that they're down to 1.9 million shares right now, showing that they were dumping shares in after hours. And you can see that here as well in military time 18:30:04 they dumped down to 1.9 million short shares. So they dumped at least 200,000 short shares on GME stock here in after hours to push it to the downside. So this was market manipulation at its finest. The volume is so low in after hours, so it's easier to push the stock down. So this was market manipulation, and we will see a recovery. So tomorrow is going to be about the recovery and what we need to do to recover. What we need to do to recover is break above the sloping support and resistance. Tune into the live streams because we'll be tracking that live. I can't give you any numbers because the numbers change as time goes on. We have support here at $21 even. We're breaking above that now. I'm thinking we'll drift up slightly here as after hours starts to close and back a little bit and then pop to the upside, breaking above that sloping resistance tomorrow. We want to get back above the main level of 2232. So do watch for that. We want to get back above the main level of 2232 here on GameStop. So this is what I'm looking at for GameStop, what you need to be looking at for tomorrow. And of course, you can tune into the live stream for more updates and predictions. We do have a small gap fill to the downside here at about $20, and it is going to make a big gap to the upside after we open up because we had a big drop down here in after hours. So we'll have a lot of gap to the upside that the algos will want to fill. Now let's move into AMC and show you what's going on for AMC. AMC did get a little bit of pullback with GME and after hours, obviously not as much, down 1.31%. I'm thinking we'll see a pop to the upside here pre-market and then pull back, come back down to about this 486 level, confirming that, and then we want to see AMC break back above 490. If AMC can break and hold 490, it's going to be a really good position position to be in, because you can see we're actually breaking out of this huge macro falling wedge. So there's this big falling wedge here. We just broke out of it and we're actually retesting at support. That's what we did today. And that's going to lead to a possible breakout to the upside. And that's exactly what we want to see for AMC stock. So I told y'all this video was going to be short, sweet, and to the point. Also, another bonus point for AMC stock. Right now, they only have, this is at time of recording, 250,000 short shares. So they're extremely low on ammo for AMC stock. So this is very, very bullish. Cost to borrow is sitting at about 1.58% for AMC. Cost to borrow is at 0.45% for GME, slightly going to the upside, so that is a good sign. We want to see cost to borrow go up. The more cost to borrow is, the less short shares they can get, the more it costs for them to short the stock. So this is what I'm looking at as far as AMC, what we could see tomorrow. Short shares ammo is relatively low, so we should be able to see a decent amount of bullish pressure unless they gain a bunch in the morning, which we can always watch and track during the live streams. But I'm thinking we will get a recovery tomorrow on the meme stocks and start pushing to the upside. AMC actually looks pretty decent with this falling wedge setup to the breakout, and especially now that we're breaking them in back into this overall channel that we've been in for a long time. You can see how we keep making higher lows. We're breaking back into that channel with this falling wedge breakout. That's going to be a decent setup. Now we do have these sell wall here's to worry about, but once we get over $6, you could really see this stock start to fly. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC. Let's go ahead and move into SPY and then Bitcoin, and then wrap up this video. So SPY is in an overall rising wedge. I'm expecting this to probably break down tomorrow. We'll probably come up and retest 550.30, and that will probably be the top before we start pulling back. If we did manage to break to the upside of this wedge, obviously I would be wrong, but based off the technicals right here, I think SPY is going to be pulling back tomorrow. Now, we really have to get inflation data. Inflation data is going to be absolutely huge. This could pump the market, but what I'm thinking is actually going to happen is inflation is not going to be able to beat market expectations, and that's going to be a problem. You can actually see that the market is looking for inflation to come down a lot if you look at the forecast and consensus. So we're going to need to see a really, really good inflation report to impress the market. That could make the market pump, but I'm expecting it to come out around expectations. So the market already has this priced in, and I think we actually might see a pullback, something similar to what we've seen last week when we got good unemployment numbers. Unemployment came down slightly, but the market still dumped. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to be looking at, and that's what's going to be major for us. 8:30 is when it happens, so it happens right in pre-market. So if you see a big pop to the upside, that means the market digested the news as good. If you see it start to dump to the downside, obviously you know that was bad, and this rising wedge is going to play out. Most of the time, technicals can help you figure out what's going to happen before the news drops. We saw that for NVIDIA. We saw that for a couple other examples, but technicals can help you figure out what's going to happen before it actually happens, and this could play out with the falling wedge. The news help it give the catalyst it need, and then we drop down to this gap fill, breaking down out of this falling wedge. I told you all in the weekly outlook and prediction, I expect bullishness Tuesday, Monday, maybe even into Wednesday a little bit, but mid-Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to start going back into bearishness, and the overall downtrend is what I'm expecting based off the charts, facts, and data. Bitcoin looking really, really good. You can see that Bitcoin is actually confirming this overall bull flag, getting a beautiful bounce to the upside and actually giving us more confidence because the way it bounced off of this trend line. That is extremely bullish and looks good in my personal opinion. And this to me looks just like a big, huge accumulation range of giant bull flag on the macro. And I am extremely bullish on BTC. I think it's actually getting ready to set up for another move to the upside. And the fact that it bounced here and confirmed that level is extremely bullish. We're going to keep tracking this macro bull flag on here, but I think BTC is in an accumulation range, and you actually might be doing good to accumulate under 60,000 because the next move up is going to be a decent move to the upside. In my personal opinion, I think Bitcoin is going to be one of the best performing assets and one of the best opportunities that we have in this current time, in my personal opinion. But this is the video, short, sweet, and to the point, simply under about 10 minutes. So one of the quickest videos I've done in a while. Sorry I had to rush. I tried to put all of the things in there though that you would need: technicals, news, basically what we talked about for GME earnings. There was a lot going on today, so I really just wanted to make sure I got a video out here and y'all got some context and some guidance for tomorrow. Again, the market overall double topping. I think it's in this overall rising wedge, going to pull back. AMC and GME, I'm expecting recovery, especially GME, because it's just way oversold. You can even see it starting to recover here in after hours, which I'm expecting to do here in pre-market as well. But overall, it's definitely not over. Do not get discouraged. I know these types of things can hurt some people, but the price action is literally irrelevant until we get to the final goal. That's what really matters, and we are marching hand in hand, apes together. So this is the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe, leave a comment down below to help support the channel. You can also support in a different way. If you want to check out the merch store, it is not necessary, but go ahead and check that out if you like. I'm rocking some of the merch right now, and I truly appreciate y'all, because none of this would be possible without y'all watching, dropping likes, leaving comments, and supporting, because the DZ family is just absolutely crazy. As all y'all, have fun, stay safe, peace out.
All right, y'all, that's the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. If you want to get in the Discord, you just got to hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5, link down in the comment section in the description below. Payments made by PayPal. Once you send payment, or it's paid by Cash App as well. Once you send payment, I'm going to send you the link. It's $75 for a lifetime invite. Hit me up on my email for more information about that. Once you just say, hey, I want to join the Discord, I will send you the information to payment. And again, once you make payment, I'll send you a link. It's as easy as that. And as always, I appreciate you if you watch to the end of this video. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.